Welcome to Newport Beach. It's not just another beautiful town by the sea. Down there is a new kind of treatment program for people recovering from drug and alcohol problems. Down there, among the beach houses and boat shops, you'll find sober living houses and doctors' offices, psychologists and attorneys. Down there you'll find the most sophisticated drug testing program in the entire treatment industry. You bring all of these things together, and you have one of the finest treatment centers in the world. This is where people come who want to get back into life, to learn how to live sober in the real world. This is Sober Living by the Sea. Hello, my name is Dr. Kevin McCauley. As you watch this video, your family member is settling into our program here at Sober Living by the Sea. They're going to be getting a lot of attention in their first week, but we put this DVD together because we didn't want to forget about you, the family. I'm sure you've been through a lot in the past couple weeks. Getting a family member into treatment can be a chaotic and emotionally draining experience. But now your hard work is going to start paying off. Studies show that when the family is involved, the prognosis for the person in treatment improves significantly. I'd like to run down all the things that your family member will be doing here at their first week of treatment at Sober Living by the Sea. Then I'd like to give you an idea of what daily life is like for our patients. But most importantly, I want to begin that process of communication between our staff and your family. We want to encourage you to contact us so we can keep you appraised of your family member's progress in our program and how we're dealing with any setbacks should they occur. You're bound to have questions in the next 90 days. We hope you'll think of us as just a phone call away. Within 24 hours of their arrival, your family member will be assigned a case manager. They will undergo a full evaluation including a drug and alcohol history using the Addiction Severity Index, and psychological testing will be performed, with the results reviewed by our psychologist, Dr. Jerry Brown. Your family member will also be evaluated by one of our psychiatrists, and if medication is necessary, arrangements can be made for follow-up visits. It's a busy week, but by the end of it, your family member will feel right at home and can begin the work of recovery. Each day begins early at Sober Living by the Sea. The patients wake up at 5:30, they make breakfast, and then they have their morning house meeting. Then they're off to a 6:30 a.m. AA meeting. Sober Living by the Sea is a 12-step based program, and we want our patients to get in the habit of going to a daily meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. In addition to group therapy and individual counseling, each morning the patients at Sober Living by the Sea receive classroom instruction on topics including AA philosophy, neurophysiology of addiction, and how to handle sleep disorders and pain in recovery. Before they leave the program, the patients at Sober Living by the Sea receive the equivalent of a 4-unit college course on addiction and recovery issues. The afternoon schedule includes men's and women's group, big book study, and free time at the beach or gym. Everyone is back at their houses at 6 to make dinner, then it's off to a 7:30 AA meeting, and the evening is over by 10 p.m. curfew. It's a very full day. Most of our patients find the schedule at Sober Living by the Sea more structured than the inpatient programs they came from. All the activities that make up the Sober Living by the Sea program can be found within a 2-mile radius in the Balboa Peninsula neighborhood of the city of Newport Beach. The patients ride their bikes to and from the main center, their case managers and therapists' offices, the local AA club, and their beach houses. Now, Balboa Peninsula is a vacation spot. There are bars and liquor stores all around. But this is the strategy behind extended care treatment. We're trying to strike a balance between the structure of the program and the stressors and temptations that go along with normal living. Sober living is a process of slowly increasing the responsibilities, while at the same time removing the restrictions. Should anything happen along the way, behavioral problems, mental health problems, or relapse to drugs or alcohol, we can catch it, deal with it, and get the patient back on track. Now, most of the patients at Sober Living by the Sea complete our program without relapsing, but it does happen. If it does, it's important that we know about it right away. That's why we test our patients for drugs and alcohol every 3 days. This is not because we believe that addicts are intrinsically dishonest, and it's not because we're trying to catch them doing something bad. We test every 3 days because we believe that addicts, like all patients, deserve the kind of support that best ensures healing. By testing every 3 days, we can detect most drugs before they leave the system. In the past, we were likely to miss alcohol because it can only be detected with daily breathalyzer tests. But now we're using a new test, the ethylglucuronide test, which can detect alcohol consumption within the 3-day testing period. Every morning, each house manager receives a list of whose turn it is to test. Urine is collected at the house and sent to a professional lab for screening. Every patient who comes to Sober Living by the Sea knows that if they spend 90 days in our program, they will be tested at least 30 times. Sober Living by the Sea is the only treatment center in the United States that uses such a rigorous testing protocol. Now, if a patient's urine comes up positive, we have a standardized procedure to ensure accuracy and fairness. If contested by the patient, we can confirm all positive results with additional lab testing. This way we can distinguish the difference between the use of cold tablets and crystal methamphetamine. If we are confident in the test results, or if the patient admits to relapse, we will utilize Hoag Hospital's medical detoxification unit. For those patients who do not need a medical detox, we utilize the Pat Moore Foundation in Santa Ana. It is comfortable and well supervised, and it comes without the cost of a hospital admission. As soon as the patient is safe to return to Sober Living by the Sea, we help them learn as much as they can from the relapse so they can prevent the next one. I really enjoy taking care of addicted patients. I like addicts. I like the way they look at the world. And I know that deep down, they are good people. It's fun to watch them get sober and realize that for themselves. But there is a phenomenon that occurs in addicted patients that I think you should know about. There are very strong forces in the addict's brain trying to pull them out of treatment. And if I'm a person in a drug treatment center and I want to leave, the fastest way to do that is to convince my family that the treatment center that I'm in is terrible. The staff is rude, my roommate is violent, everybody's using drugs, I don't feel safe. Now, I want to assure you, we take customer of care issues very seriously here at Sober Living by the Sea. If there's a problem with our treatment, we want to know about it so we can fix it right away. But you should be aware of this tendency of patients in drug treatment centers who either consciously or unconsciously want to use drugs to misrepresent the treatment center that they're in. So what's the solution? Call us. If you have any concern about your family member's treatment, please pick up the phone and call their case manager or our community director or me. Together we can determine the true nature of the problem and solve it. Communication between us is going to become very important for supporting your family member's recovery. I also hope you'll consider visiting us here in Newport Beach. Please let me invite you to our family program. We hold it once a month here in our family beach house. Here you'll be able to meet with our treatment team and visit with your loved one in a therapeutic setting. You'll also meet other families who are facing similar issues. I think you'll find a lot of comfort and answers in our family program, and you'll learn the tools to be able to deal with your loved one before they come home. For those patients who have successfully completed our 90-day program but are not yet ready to return to the stressors of home, we offer our open-ended work release program. Many Sober Living by the Sea graduates elect to stay in our sober apartment community while they re-enter the work environment. Good jobs are plentiful in the favorable economic climate of Orange County, and many graduates have been able to achieve financial independence while maintaining their ties to the sober community here in Newport Beach. Some of our patients have had to interrupt their education because of their problems with addiction. That's why we developed our TEACH program. Participants live in Sober Living by the Sea houses and enroll at Saddleback College. Here they learn to stay sober in the college environment, and when they are ready to re-enroll at their original universities, quite often the work they have done is transferable. So don't let the beautiful environment fool you. The people who come to Sober Living by the Sea work hard, but that doesn't mean that recovery can't be fun. In fact, one statistic we're particularly proud of is that even though our minimum stay is 90 days, our average stay is 6 months. Many of our patients like it so much, they stay longer. So on behalf of all the staff here at Sober Living by the Sea, I'd like to welcome your family to our family. Thank you for sending your loved one to us. We promise we'll take good care of them.